Well, good afternoon, everybody. Mindy here with the update on the EA live trial. And this is week 3, day 3. So what we see today from yesterday is we see that we had more trades close today, which is good because the last few days there haven't been very many trades that closed. But what I'd like for you to see is that a lot of these trades were actually fixers or fixer attempts that had gone in. And so what I've done today is I've sorted these by pair name instead of by time so that I can show you what happened. But this EURCHF is a good example because what happened today is it did close a trade for a negative amount. And like I was explaining the other day, what it does is it only closes trades for negatives when it can more than compensate for that between the hedge and the fixer. So what happened in this situation on the EURCHF, we have the one trade that closed the negative, and then of course right near it will be another trade which was the hedge to it, which is usually only about $20-$25 difference. Then what happened today is the EA made 2 attempts to find a fixer trade that would accommodate for the difference between these 2 trades. It made 1 attempt that failed because it wasn't enough money to cover the difference in the 2 trades. And then it found another trade that did have a profit that was great enough to compensate for the difference between the original trade and the hedge. So what happened is when it found the trade that would make up for the negative in this trade and be able to close out the 2 trades with the fixer trade, what it did is it closed out all 3 of the trades: the original trade, the hedge for it, and the fixer. And so we had 2 situations today that did that. We had one in the EURCHF pair, and we had another situation like that in the EURNZD pair. So what we see is that we had an original trade, we had a hedge, and then we also had a hedge fixer that more than accommodated for the difference in the other 2, and then we had 1 attempt that failed. So that's how it works. And in this situation with the EURNZD, the fixer trade actually made way more money than it needed to, but that can happen sometimes. Sometimes the fixer trades will close with just exactly the amount that it needs. Other times it will close at a more significant profit, and that's because of the way that I have the EA programmed. And so it's not a mistake. It's a good thing when this happens, but you never know for sure if that will be the situation or not. So anyway, that's what happened on the account history today. So because of all these fixer attempts and fixers that came out, we did have a better booked profit today. And so the booked profit was $124 today. And in the demo account, it was $97. The 2 accounts had very similar but not identical trades that closed again today, which has been our situation all along. As we come over to take a look at our active trade window, what we see today is that the negative PL is again down about $100, $150 less than what it was running yesterday. Of course, we're still in that time right now where the spread is a little wider than it is typically. So the number in the PL column right now is running a little higher than what it had been running most of the day. but it is beginning to come down because we're starting to get rid of some of the old trades, and some of those problem trades that were fixers that were not hedged are coming down, so they're starting to self-correct too. So what we see is that the result of that is that the number of negative in the PL column is beginning to reduce, which is natural. That's what it should do. And by the time we get all of these old trades fixed, then what will happen at that point is the negative here will go away, and the equity will catch up with the balance. Now, we did have the balance take a fairly significant jump today. The balance today is up about $150-ish more than it was yesterday. And the equity also is much better than it was yesterday. It's up about 100 or so higher than it was yesterday. And what that is, it's just a matter of getting, some of those old hedges out. And we only got 2 out today, but 2 makes a big difference. We got 2 out today. I think we got 1 out yesterday. A little bit of success in the account actually goes a long ways and makes the account look much better step by step. Still looks ugly, no doubt about that. But remember, negative PL in the negative PL column is nothing but an ugly number. It does not mean that we've lost $1,000 or something like that. You only lose money in Forex when you close your trades for a loss. So anyway, that's where we're sitting for today. I'm still on holiday, so I'm going to cut this video kind of short. But if you'd like more information about how you can learn to trade without taking losses in your Forex account, just go to my website, check it out, and I'm pretty sure I can teach you how to do it just the same way I do and the way I've taught hundreds of others over the years. Have a good evening, everybody, and happy trading. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.